what's up, guys? And I wanted to do something a little tiny bit different. I know the title says After Theater Review, but technically I saw this at Texas Frightmare Weekend a couple months ago, and I wanted to talk about the three-ish movies that I saw there in a semi-after convention review. This first review will be Deviant Behavior. Now, this was my first year going to Texas Frightmare Weekend, and that's a story that I need to tell you guys about later. But I did set my mind on wanting to do a video review of the movies that I was able to see there. So they had these movie screenings, I think, yeah, almost not every day, but 2 out of the 3 days of that weekend, Friday and Saturday. One of the movies I was not able to see that was on my list that I wanted to check out, which was Toy Box, that had Misha Barton in it. And then there was a movie I saw that she's in that I wasn't planning on seeing, but I did anyway, which I'll talk about later, which is called Ouija House. So, I was able to see, as I said, 3-ish movies. I only say ish because one of them I kind of missed a big chunk of the movie, and because I was waiting in line to get an autograph, and so I didn't get to see all of it, so I may or may not make a video about the movie. I'm not sure. But if I decide to do a review or something of it before I can see the full thing from beginning to end, I'll let you know that I missed some stuff and I still haven't seen it at the beginning or something. So the first movie that I saw at Texas Frightmare Weekend was a movie called Deviant Behavior. It's directed by Jacob Grimm, and it stars John Dugan, Michael Christian, and Ed Gein. The movie is about a slasher thriller centering around Charlie Reese, a sleazy private detective who discovers a world of murder, torture, and depravity. So the convention gave out these newspaper type programs, and they had summaries of all the movies that they were playing. I had the option to go with the friend that I went to the convention with, Charles, to see his friend's movie, The Stirring, but I wanted to check out this movie, which was playing at the same time. So I thought about maybe I would go to The Stirring first for a few minutes and then hop into Deviant Behavior, but that did not happen. I just kind of immediately, I forgot what I was doing beforehand. It could have been nothing. I think I was in the room or something, and then I decided, hey, I'm just going to go off to see Deviant Behavior, because that's what I want to do, and you guys figure out what you want to do with yourselves. I don't know, you're holding me back. The main draw I got from this movie through reading the summary from the program was that it had a transgender element to it. If you know me, you know I gravitate towards weird, creepy, and LGBT plus. So I love movies like that. All of these elements don't have to be all at one movie, but I do find those things to draw me in. I don't like all weird movies, I don't like all creepy movies, and I don't like all LGBT movies, but if they catch my interest story-wise, summary-wise, or trailer or whatever, I will check them out. So this one gave me a sense of, oh, this is something different. I don't think I've seen, like, a slasher with, like, transgender elements in it, other than, like, all I can think of is, like, Silence of the Lambs, but, I mean, really, you can't really, I don't even really count that. I don't know. I know there's this, like, thing where, I don't know, I think there was, like, a controversy of gay people or LGBT people are always, like, the villain. That was, like, a trend for a while. I don't know if that's still going on now, but I haven't really recognized it or seen it, so maybe that controversy's gone. But I don't, well, I think because society has kind of, like, evolved a little bit, they probably, like, yeah, we should really do this anymore. Just like, you know, I don't know, Arab people are all villains, or Russian people are always villains, or Germans are always villains. Like, I don't know, villain trends kind of change over time. But anyway, so I went to go check out this movie, and honestly, I did miss, like, a few minutes in the beginning, but I kind of got the gist of what was going on. And, I don't think this movie is out yet, so I think this was, like, a pre-screening type of thing. So, Deviant Behavior doesn't come out until, like, October to, I guess, the world or whatever. I don't know if that's, like, a DVD date or what. I don't know how these things kind of work. I've never really seen a movie that wasn't out yet at a convention, so this is the first, which is kind of exciting. But I went into this movie with some, you know, pretty good expectations. I was just like, oh, this should be good, and then when I, like, went into the room and I sat down, I was just like, oh, okay, this is not your, like, high budget movie. It's not gonna be like some Blumhouse production or whatever that you would, like, go to the movie theater and sit down and see. It is very much a straight to DVD type movie quality, which isn't a bad thing because I have seen some movies that have gone straight to DVD that are pretty good, or they were just, like, limited theaters or whatever, and I was like, yeah, this actually ended up being surprisingly good. With my whole, like, fascination, or not fascination, but thing that I've been enjoying, which is watching bad horror movies based on the title that my work receives. So, anyway, so I sat down and I was just like, oh, okay, so this is this is the quality of the video, which isn't bad. Every now and then there might be, like, sound issues where I'm just like, I'm not sure what they said, and I wish I had, like, control over the movie, where I could, like, go back and, like, hit subtitles or something to, like, properly hear everything. But I thought the movie was interesting. So what I gathered, even though I missed some of the beginning, was there was this guy, he dealt with some sort of trauma, he formed some relationship with this random girl, she was running along, she had no idea what was going on with this detective guy, but he was looking for some other lady. And meanwhile, this couple over here, this older creepy guy is just, he picks up some prostitute or whatever, and they're kind of, like, getting flirty and whatnot and having drinks, and he's like, oh yeah, you should come back to my place, and he gets all suave, and all of a sudden, back, she's a victim now. And then we find his wife, who is, and I was like, it's a couple killing. So it's not just a transgender person being, like, the main slasher, it's a couple that's like, I will lure the victims here and you just take care of them, honey. And she does take care of them in this, like, really, like, I guess loving way. It's like if they have, like, a little scar or cut or something, she'll sew them up and patch them up and, like, cover it up with makeup She also takes care of herself, but she wears this mask, and you never get to see her face, which is great. I kind of thought that would happen toward the end, spoiler, but yeah, I don't think you ever get to see their face. So they run this thing where I guess they love to kidnap these women and torture them for their, I guess, sexual pleasure or whatever. They get off on it, which is great. It's different. And the detective guy is just kind of trying to save one of the girls, and then this lady that's with him, I don't know where she came from. I don't know if she's also a prostitute or something either, but he starts to have feelings, and now he has to, like, save her too. So things that I enjoyed about this movie was I thought the premise and the villains were different from what I've seen in recent movies of this genre, I guess, since they call it a slasher thriller. There's not many movies that, if any, I can think of off the top of my head that has to do with a couple. More specifically, a couple that is a man and a transgender woman kidnapping and torturing people, which the torture is not on the level of, like, Hostel or anything. It's not a torture porn movie. There is some story to it. Granted, it's a very simple story, but simple can sometimes be good. So I think if this movie was any more complicated, I don't think it would, I don't know, it would make sense. I don't think you need to complicate a story like this, so. But I did like that the couple dynamic thing was different, and I enjoyed watching this detective guy and rooting for him and hoping that he would, save these women and, I don't know, either bring justice to the couple or kill them or something. But I loved following him, and I thought all the characters were interesting. I wanted to know more about the couple a little bit. Like, I wanted to spend a little bit more time with them a bit, but I think we spent just enough time, and I thought there was just enough violence, gore, torture to make me feel like, okay, they really are in danger. Maybe they won't make it. I don't know, but I thought it was shot well. Some things I didn't like were, I wish, maybe, I don't know if I missed something in those few minutes in the beginning, but I wish I understood the detective and this other officer's relationship a little bit more. It seemed like there was some sort of, like, I don't know, corruption element to the story. I don't know, that I could have been missing from those few minutes of being late and coming into the room. I don't know. I wish there was just a little bit more to, like, piece the relationship a little bit more smoothly. I also thought, I guess the music could be just a little better too. I think there were moments where some scenes I thought the music was kind of weird, but other times I thought it kind of worked. But I think overall, I think some of the music choices could have been better. What else? I think there was one girl that got kidnapped that, like, there was, like, a scene with the trans woman, like, doing some sort of, like doctoring to one of the victims, and something else was happening with another victim. I think those scenes could have been edited a little better, because I was kind of confused of which one was which. So it's like, well, we're looking at this one, but then this one is like something's going on with her. I mean, I could be remembering it wrong. I don't know, but I think there was like a moment where I was just like confused on like two scenes going on. think that also happened with the detective and the man that's in the couple. He was doing something, and then the trans woman and the victim were doing something else at the same time, and that was kind of like confusing, like timeline wise, and I was just like, wait, what is this happening, like before or is this after? I don't know. But overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was something different that I have not seen before. I don't think it was offensive to the LGBT community or trans community at all, but then again, I'm not trans either, so, but I don't think there was any misrepresentation there. I don't know if they outwardly said that this person is trans in the movie. Also, I don't know if there was a reveal of the face, like, in the few minutes before the movie. All I saw was the person, them putting on the mask and putting on makeup and dress and all this other stuff, and, like, getting ready for that kill. And I also, like, enjoyed that she never talked, she never spoke, which I made, like, her kind of creepier. The guy did all the talking, which was fine. Of course, the dialogue's gonna be kind of, kind of funny and eh. But, I mean, it worked for what it was, but I just liked how the movie did not depend on, like, the trans woman. That wasn't her identity. She was a villain. She was a torturer. She was one that admired beauty and perfection and took pride in her craft of torture and making you beautiful, but also making you into little pieces and just loving every moment of it. That wasn't, like, the main focus of her character, and I think that's, a good representation when you're not just that one label. So, in short, yeah. So, I like the movie. I guess if I had to rate it, star-wise, like I would, like, or how I would rate it, like, if I was writing it, I would probably give it about a 3.5 out of 5, or 3 out of 5, something like that. It was in the middle. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a pretty good movie. I would definitely watch it again when it comes out on DVD. It looks like, according to IMDb, I think the release date was October. The release date, October 23rd of this year. I don't know if that's like a movie date or a DVD release date, but that's when it's supposed to be released to the public. But I thought it was pretty good, and I think people should check it out if they want something different in the slasher genre. Granted, I have seen other movies with couples that do really weird things to other people, but this was different because of the, trans aspect of it, and I thought that was a nice touch, as well as the way things were executed, I thought were pretty cool too. So, if you have seen Deviant Behavior, please let me know in the comments what you thought, without any spoilers, because we don't want to ruin it for all those who have not seen it and won't be able to see it until October. If you liked this after convention review, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my face and other videos that I make, you can hit that subscribe button. If you want to check out early access of my videos and posts, among other things that I provide for my lovely followers on Patreon, just go to my Patreon page and you can donate and pick whatever you want, and I will provide you lovely gifts for joining my lovely muddy cult. Shout outs to my muddy cult followers that have already jumped onto the bandwagon of my page. Alice, Edith and Nightmare Meven, thank you so much for your support, and of course you guys' support who have been following me since I don't know, day one or wherever. I hope to see you guys again in another video, and I will try to do another after convention review of another movie that I saw at Texas Frightmare Weekend, because I have at least one more that I saw all the way through from beginning to end, which was Ouija House. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.